Turning back the calendar on this opening Friday at the Big A, it felt more like opening Friday at Belmont Park during the fall. It is November. Despite that, 70-degree temperatures and horses ready to roll, and we're settled in for the next 30 minutes on MSG+. It is the Friday edition of Aqueduct Insider with Richard Migliori and Jason Blewett, and starting another Big A weekend, the first of many that will be had here over the next 6 months.
Yeah, and culminating with the Cigar Mile weekend, a weekend I always look forward to. Interesting, that opening shot, you see some of the horses a little bit wet in the paddock. We've had some cool nights, a couple of cool days. Horses' winter coats start coming in, and then you get a warm day like today. I mean, we were up around 70 degrees again today.
Yeah.
So you're going to see horses sweat a bit more, and it's a kind of a funny deal for a trainer. You don't want to clip them because the cold weather is going to follow it, but at the same time, you don't want them to have that long, hairy coat and sweat too much.
Well, fast and firm regardless, Mig, 55,000 plus, the double carryover in the pick six, and some big news in the industry earlier today with American Pharoah and his stud fee for 2016 set at $200,000 by Coolmore Ashford.
I don't think it's out of line. I mean, we're talking about a Triple Crown winner, a Breeders' Cup Classic winner, a horse that was dominant of his generation. And I thought, you know, realistically, I had this conversation with my son about $150,000 I thought was going to be in there, but $200,000 is just not out of line. And of course, he can command that right now. Then it depends on how his horses run when they hit the racetrack.
No kidding. He'll certainly have quite a bit of expectations, and I'm sure we'll have a blue book of top-quality mares to cover. He'll have every opportunity to prove himself a world-class stallion, and looking forward to American Pharoah's babies down the line. Now, we started a new meet here, Mig, on Wednesday, and it's not the norm to always have a new face in the jockey colony, especially one with a very impressive and lengthy international resume, but that is the story with Silvestre de Souza, who was born in Brazil and has ridden all over the world.
Yeah, truly international in every sense of the word, and successful wherever he's gone. And I find it interesting, his timing coming in here, and it was kind of fun to catch up with him.
All right, let's see how that interview went down earlier today.
Silvestre, you were leading rider this year in England. What made you make the decision to come to the United States?
Well, first of all, you know, and I'm just so glad to be here. Like, it's a new opportunity for me, and I always thought and come to America and have a bit of spin and have a ride around and see what the riders like, you know. But it's pretty tough, first of all. But you know, being enjoyable. It's just a new experience for my career, you know, back home, and you know, probably just helped me a bit to tidy up my stylish a bit as well. And it's a very different English race compared to American race.
Well, you've been here a few weeks now. You've been riding. You've ridden a winner. What is the main differences, and what are the things that you think you have to work on to adapt to American racing?
Just get on the right horse, first of all, you know. And I've been in Dubai. It's a very tight course as well. I was leading ride in Dubai for 2 seasons, you know. In the Carnival, it's pretty much tough, you know. But you know, I just find I haven't gotten the right horses. I got in the right one the other day, and Belmont Park in the last meet, and come out and won, you know. It's just yeah, it's just, you know, it's just 2 minutes just to get the opportunity to ride the right horse.
Now, the plan is for you to stay here this winter. Have you ever ridden in the cold before, and are you worried about that?
I am worrying, like, you know, but you know, I plan to stay to the winter or go down to Florida, so I haven't made my mind up yet. But if I'm going down to Florida, it will be in the latest December, probably after Christmas, you know. But I have ridden the cold, so I'm from UK. It's pretty much cold out there as well. Like, you know, I'm a Brazilian born, but my whole career has been making UK.
You know, I've watched you ride, and it seems to me like you're very, very strong in the finish. Is that one of the things you're known for?
Yes, and you know, and I think in England it's more, you know, riders succeed out there when they're strong in the finish, and you know, but over here is a lot of strong jockeys too. You know, it's just, to me, it's just to get the mount and the right horse. The horse makes the jockey, but you know, I feel comfortable and settled. So when I'm riding, and I think probably my priority is just in the last furlong out.
Well, it's great to have an international champion rider like yourself in this jockey's room, and hope to see you have great luck.
Thank you so much.
Good to catch up with a young man who, born in Brazil once again, has spent the last few years riding over in the UK, had a 3-year stint riding as a retained jockey for Godolphin Stable, and has picked up some major wins along the way as he sets his sights on South Ozone Park, Queens.
He's quite an impressive individual and just a very classy young man, and somebody I hope gets a real opportunity here because I know he'll make the most of it. You can see he's very, very serious about his craft. And for someone to take on this challenge after being lead-in rider for the year in England says a lot about how much he wants to accomplish in this industry.
Seth Benzel, a former assistant to both Bill Mott, a Hall of Famer, and a future first ballot Hall of Famer, and Todd Pletcher has his book, and best of luck to the duo as they set their sights on this Aqueduct Fall meet. In fact, Silvestri had a few live horses on today's card. We ran 9, beginning at 12:20 MIG, 70 degrees outside on this Friday, November 6th, and here's what happened in Friday's featured third race. Out of the chute, onto the main with Johnny I and these fillies and mares.
Victoria up now to challenge. Natalie Victoria on the inside grabs the lead from Uncle Southern as they head up the chute. Theophilia, the odds-on favorite, races in third in the early going. Then it's Sustainable, and Guyana is the trailer in fifth. The leader is Natalie Victoria, and she's in front by a length over Uncle Southern. With Theophilia on the outside in third, now just a length and a half from the front. Sustainable is fourth. Guyana is fifth. The quarter went in 23 and 2/5 seconds. Natalie Victoria has the lead here, 3/4 of a length, with Uncle Southern pressing that pace in second, and Theophilia right there on the outside in third. Sustainable down at the rail, and Guyana at the back, opening half in 47 seconds. The field rounds the far turn. Natalie Victoria by a half length over Uncle Southern, and there goes Theophilia now on the outside. Theophilia up to challenge Natalie Victoria for the lead. Uncle Southern is now back running in third as the field comes for the top of the stretch. It's Theophilia and Natalie Victoria, and Sustainable is on the move. Now Theophilia takes the lead, with Sustainable moving into second, and Natalie Victoria back in third, and then Guyana farther back, Uncle Southern. It's Theophilia with a 3-length lead over Sustainable, and Theophilia will get the job done here at odds of 4-5. Sustainable was second, Guyana up for third, then Natalie Victoria, and way back Uncle Southern.
I think this race, Mig, was a prime illustration of the outside post and what a draw and just how attractive it is for a horse and a rider with the trip Theophilia pulled in race 3.
You know, we talked about it last night when we were previewing this race, and just it gives you so many luxuries. Short field, outside post, best horse, Jose Loscano, so much confidence, and it just gives you the luxury of being able to break, let the horse find their stride, watch what goes on inside of you, and make your move when you're ready to make it. Your hands never forced.
3-year-old filly by Flatter, rising up the class ladder, that's for sure. She seems like a filly that's got potential stakes in her future. And Jose Loscano up for Hall of Fame trainer Bill Mott. New York-bred 2-year-olds, as good as Theophilia was at 390 in race number 3. It's all about the state-bred 2-year-olds on the turf and the main track. And, of course, that double pick-6 carryover on the other side of this timeout.
Now you can enjoy your favorite pro and fantasy football teams while playing the races in style as Longshots welcomes back NFL Sunday Ticket. With over 400 HD TVs, 270 individual carols, a full-service sports bar and food menu, Longshots is the place to catch all the great racing and football action. So come on out, bring your friends, bring your league to Longshots, located on the 2nd floor at Aqueduct.
Mig, you got it last night with A.T. Grider. Guess the trainer and jockey on Insider.
That's a tough one, but I'm going to say Leah Giamardi and Johnny Velasquez.
Yep, you got it. There's Leah, Johnny V. Tante Zoe, the mount they teamed up with in today's 4th race. In fact, she was one of the main attractions in a big field starting that double carryover Friday pick 6. Now a good time, if you haven't already, sign up for an NYRA.com wagering account. We will sweeten up the deal with up to $120 $25 in that match deposit bonus. Check it out at nyra.com, the new look mobile site. Very intuitive, very user-friendly, and the timing, although the Breeders' Cup's in the rearview mirror, couldn't be any better. We've got a full weekend of racing at Aqueduct, and we build on the MIG, the Cigar Mile, at the end of the month.
Yeah, always very exciting. I love that weekend. The Fall Highway, one of my favorite races growing up, a race that I really got a kick out of winning when I became a rider. But the Cigar Mile gives horses an opportunity that maybe didn't run well in the Breeders' Cup or didn't go to the Breeders' Cup to get that daunting Grade 1.
Yeah, I wonder if Marking, who looked really good with the 98 Bayard, a paid public workout here Wednesday opening day, might have the Cigar Mile on his radar for Kieran McLaughlin.
That was a paid public workout.
Oh, he was good. He really looks like a runner. Another Bernardini who is set to tackle the world as we get on to race number 7. We had Pletcher, we had Chad Brown, George Weaver, some nice peds. And let's see what happened on the main as we go back to John and Brielle.
Out for the lead, and Acapella is just behind in third. Absolutely down at the rail, runs in fourth. Then it's Super Allison, and in between horses, Shift Change. At the back are Pirouette and Ditch'em. Rock Garden leads 3/4 of a length, overtaken by Surprise. On the inside is Absolutely with Acapella. Acapella in third, Absolutely in fourth, and Super Allison's now on the move from fifth. The quarter went in 22 and 4. They're midway around the far turn. It's Rock Garden holding on to the narrow lead, overtaken by Surprise. Acapella 3 wide. Super Allison will be forced 4 wide. Absolutely is fifth. Farther back, Shift Change, Pirouette, and Ditch'em. The half was running 46 and 2. They're in the stretch, taken by Surprise. Down at the rail is Rock Garden. Absolutely moves to third. Then Super Allison. Acapella is fifth with just the 16th to the wire, and it's taken by Surprise. Absolutely in second, taken by Surprise. Takes it. Absolutely was second, close for third, Rock Garden and Super Allison.
They hit the wire in race number 7, and for a giant surprise as a freshman stallion, Mig, this was his 4th winner from just 8 runners.
It's pretty remarkable what this horse is doing as a stallion. Like you said, with basically limited opportunities, they all seem like they can run. Maybe he's like the next preeminent New York sire.
Maybe another Freud in the making. He's only got 32-year-olds that are currently in training, and he's already got 4 winners. And again, only 8 individual horses have hit the track, and it was like the classic Pletcher break there with Taken by Surprise. Horse broke in his first dirt start and basically got that outside sort of Todd and Johnny V trip out in the clear.
Well, it looked like, though, the 3/8 pole, this horse was going to win. I mean, she was just traveling the right way. The horse on the lead, Rock Garden, broke like a shot and looked like she was traveling well. But when you saw that filly loom up alongside of her, you knew it was basically over. And I haven't seen, maybe I haven't paid enough attention, the giant surprises, they mostly seem like all Rapoli-bred horses. So imagine if he starts getting some action, some outside mares, and people take notice. This is a stallion to keep an eye on.
Well, he's going to pick up better mares. I don't know if he'll be standing for the 2,500 that he stood for in 2015, but he's going to pick up some better mares for maybe around 5,000 in 2016. We'll see. We'll stay with the girls, the New York-bred 2-year-old fillies, as we wrap up the card and the Pick 6 carryover with 1 lap to go, and Johnny I in the booth.
The outside in fourth. Subtle Lady is down at the rail and racing in fifth. Then comes Eloquent Ethel in sixth, followed by BB in seventh. Ragazza de Papa is in between horses with Peters Valentine on the inside, and Gray on Blue trails the field in 10th as they head for the backstretch. Ladies First is first by a half length. Tiffany's Freud on the outside is second by a length. Allies Envy and Ella Weasel, they're right together, third and fourth. Subtle Lady and Eloquent Ethel, those two are heads apart. Then comes BB, who's in between horses. Down at the rail is Peters Valentine, Ragazza de Papa, and the trailer is Gray on Blue in 10th. The quarter in 24 and 2. The half went in 50 and 4/5 seconds. Ladies First continues to lead here. It's Ladies First by 3/4 of a length. Tiffany's Freud runs in second. Big long shot. Then Ella Weasel on the outside of Allies Envy. Subtle Lady is fifth, followed by Eloquent Ethel. BB has advanced down towards the rail, but still 4.5 from the front as they come into the stretch. On the outside is Ella Weasel trying to get to Ladies First. And down at the rail is Allies Envy. Ladies First, Ella Weasel. Subtle Lady on the outside. Then BB. BB's putting in a late try here, but much too late. It's going to be a photo finish. Ella Weasel looked like she got it by a head over Ladies First. Then Subtle Lady.
Purple of Fox Ridge Farm, trainer Pat Kelly and veteran jockey Cornelia Velasquez on Ella Weasel at 17 even from the outside.
I'm always happy when I see Pat Kelly win a race. The old school horseman. He's been with Fox Ridge Farm for as long as I can remember, basically since I came around the racetrack. And that speaks volumes about what they think of Pat and the relationship they have when you get that kind of loyalty. And the loyalty is rewarded here. Chris DiCarlo did not ride the winner. It was Cornelia Velasquez. I hope Chris is all right.
And Cordelio in the right place at the right time. Billy Castle subbing him on a very live horse from the outside post in race number 9 that I do think has the potential, even though we're basically at the end of the turf season, to be pretty live. I thought this was an okay group of horses.
Yeah, I thought so too. And that overcome the outside post. Post positions are so important on the inner turf here at Aqueduct, as well as the inner track. It's something to pay attention to and incorporate into your handicapping.
Back to a 9-race card today. Everything else that happened on this third and opening Friday at the Big A during the fall meet. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and 8 with our good buddy upstairs, Johnny I.
The Wildcat Girl is in with a chance. Colonel Juanita is leader. Then it's Greek Life, the Wildcat Girl, and my Donna Jean down at the fence as they pass the 8th pole. Greek Life trying to come back again on the inside of Colonel Juanita. The Wildcat Girl is right there. Colonel Juanita, the Wildcat Girl on the outside. Greek Life, they come for the finish. Colonel Juanita. Colonel Juanita by a neck, close for second. The Wildcat Girl or Greek Life. Fine looking for room is Beating Heart Baby. Beating Heart Baby now moves to the outside to go up and challenge for the lead. Here comes Beating Heart Baby now to take over from Counterculture and Lily Coy. Then it's Little Renegade. As they move for the 16th pole, it's Beating Heart Baby in front, drawing away in the stretch. Beating Heart Baby pours it on, 1 by 6. Counterculture was second. Then Lily Coy, Little Renegade, and Rice and Beans. Top of the stretch. One more song is down at the rail. Then it's Pound Sterling on the outside. Here comes Tybald's Queen. Tybald's Queen has gone by them all. And Violet Road putting in a big late run. Maddie's Wonder Girl towards the rail along with Mama's Red Hat. It's Tybald's Queen in front. Mama's Red Hat moves to second. Then Maddie's Wonder Girl and Violet Road. Tybald's Queen, the winner. Mama's Red Hat was second. Close for third between Maddie's Wonder Girl and Violet Road. On the outside as they turn for home now, but it is Cosmic Coincidence with a 4-length lead. Life's Reward now moves into second. Then it's Mach 7, and down at the rail it's Best Play. Cosmic Coincidence in front. Life's Reward in second. Cosmic Coincidence by 3. Life's Reward in second. Cosmic Coincidence now by 2. Life's Reward second. Cosmic Coincidence by a length at the end. Life's Reward was second, 8 lengths back to Mach 7 and Best Play. Easy a Day, Race and Shine will be forced widest of all. Then it's Arctic Queen and Outer Orbit, 3/4 in 1:14. Saratoga Smoke, here's Daisy a Day, here's Race and Shine on the outside, and Teresa's Candy Rose is coming on late. It's Daisy a Day, Race and Shine, Teresa's Candy Rose. Then it's Babe's Ruler and Arctic Queen. Teresa's Candy Rose takes over in deep stretch and wins it. Teresa's Candy Rose over Daisy a Day and Race and Shine. Red is up to 4th. Then it's Bug Juice and Star of New York. The field heads for home. The Big Deluxe with the lead now and clear by 2 over Chapman. Pegasus Red is third, followed by Joe Mooch and Star of New York. The Big Deluxe now has a 4-length lead. The battle will be for second. No doubt about the winner here. It's going to be the Big Deluxe and Luis Saez. Joe Mooch was second. 3-way photo for third.
Almost silver and a bit of gunmetal gray, the Big Deluxe. Real fan of this horse, son of a silver wagon, now 10 for 37 lifetime, and really showed up with a powerful effort in the 8th.
You love those horses with that winning habit, and he took heat early and still drew away powerfully. Joe Mooch, good run for second, but Silver Deluxe, I like that color, too.
Nice job with Steve Caceres and Luis Saez getting him to the winner's circle. And speaking of winning big, let's backtrack to race number 5 and race number 4 with young apprentice Eric Consell. It was race 4, the number 2 Orange Silks breakaway. Things didn't work out of the gate.
No, he's going to get bumped and knock Eric Consell off balance. Right there, you see. And honestly, thank goodness he didn't get run over because he hung on just a bit too long. There comes a point where you're coming off, you have to just accept it and come off and try to come off clean. But then he rebounds the very next race, and this is what youth will do for you.
Yep.
You can hit the turf, bounce back up, and go get the money in race number 5 here on Cosmic Coincidence. And can't keep a good rider down, can you?
Straight as a string, easy to spot silks. Good old Cosmic Coincidence, 4-year-old gelding by the late Indian Charlie, getting it done here for Eddie Barker.
And I'm glad you just brought up Eddie Barker. Always good to see Eddie Barker win, a guy I have a long relationship with and a good trainer that kind of flies under the radar.
Luis Saez, in the meantime, the only jock to pick up more than one win today. He had a riding double. Trainer standings, Todd Pletcher walked away with a training double. And we'll see Todd in action along with Bill Mott, Chad Brown here tomorrow afternoon. Got a few claims to get to. Race number 1, we had Greek Life, your beaten favorite, a 4-way shake. The trifecta horses out of race number 5. The winner, Cosmic Coincidence, the runner-up, Life's Reward, and the 3rd place finisher, Mach 7, were all claimed in the good old, the Big Deluxe, reclaimed by Rudy Rodriguez and Michael Imperio for $25,000. As we send it to our final timeout, it is a Long Island preview set to go along with the Fillies and Mares tomorrow as the sun sets and it's gotten dark outside here at the Mecca. Pick a number. We're glad you've got it locked on whatever channel MSG Plus is in your area as we set sail down to the finish line. The Mig and Jason on this Friday edition, our opening Friday card of the Big A Insider. And just a quick reminder, a $200,000 guaranteed late pick 4 that'll kick off in race number 6 here tomorrow afternoon. And as we talk about Saturday's card, and the weather again looks pretty fantastic for this time of year, right around the mid-60s or so with no threat of rain.
Yeah, and the turf course looks like it's in great shape, and that's good news because the longer the weather holds out, the more pristine that course will stay, the later we'll get to run on it. And, you know, we all love turf racing.
And 3 turns on the turf tomorrow in our featured 8th race, the Long Island, which we'll get to after talking about Uncle Si. Remember him? One of the best 3-year-olds stabled in New York during the winter of 2014. Things haven't gone so smooth since the Kentucky Derby later that spring, but he now returns with trainer Bill Mott off a layoff.
Yeah, and, you know, I don't know that the trainer change is going to make a big difference or not. I mean, obviously, Gary Contessa did a good job with him to have him run those big races in the Withers and the Gotham. But they're changing things up, trying to make him find his form because obviously he has not found that 3-year-old form again yet.
Todd Pletcher off a 2-win Friday sends out Send It In for Paul Pompa, a homebred for Paul by Big Brown, who seems to be putting things together.
You know, he has a look to me of a horse that finally figured it out. And I think he's a horse that could take another step forward. You know, some of his races early on, I thought he looked like he was running almost with the emergency brake on a little bit. Well, I think the light bulb went on, and the 1 mile here at Aqueduct should suit him very well.
From a gelding by Big Brown to a New York bred by Mineshaft, a former Horse of the Year, here is Full of Mine, who somehow, some way was 3rd in the Empire Classic, rounding out the try at 71-1.
Yeah, you know, you had the feel of one of those horses that if you ride to get a check and you just do everything right, and other horses either, you know, fall apart or they don't have the right trip, you get lucky. I kind of still think he's a little bit up against it, even off of that big effort in the Empire Classic with this group of horses.
I'd like to see it to believe it one more time. If you are a believer, you're going to be compensated with a nice price on Full of Mine in a big field. Big field as well in our featured 8th race, the Grade 3 Long Island. And Chad Brown, it's his world. He's got the 3 inside horses, and Danza Cavallo and Mutatis Mutandis both ran well behind Stephanie's Kitten in the Flower Bowl.
Yeah, and Danza Cavallo on the lead, a little bit different. I mean, the pace was slow. I don't anticipate her showing the same kind of speed, and I think she handled the soft ground there, but I think she'll get more of a stalking trip this time around because of the stablemate.
And you want the front-running tactics with the Gray Goldie S pony. She does not want to be restrained early.
No, and Kendrick Carmouche knows her so well, had great success. We're watching him win the Way on her. When he got a lot of pace pressure back in the Glens Falls, they went 46 and change going a mile and 3 furlongs, way too fast. Inside post, he'll make sure that he lets everybody know I'm the speed, adjust around me.
And Rosalind, coming in off a narrow third-place finish in the E.P. Taylor, did some nice things earlier in her career, among them a Sheep's Head Bay win.
Yeah, and another filly that I think will be forwardly placed. I think she'll be more in a stalking position. The trick is now that the 3 and the 2, Danza Cavallo and Rosalind, don't get in each other's way because they got similar styles, although Rosalind might be a bit more forwardly placed.
Here's the French bred for Christophe Comant, the number 9 Crisoles, who's got Joel Rosario off a well-measured win a few Fridays back on October 16th.
Yeah, she just galloped to lead here. Half and 50, 3/4 and 15. Those are laying down 25 quarters steadily. Terrific front-running ride by Joel Rosario. I think this one also takes up more of a stalking position because they're all going to be looking for Goldie Esponi to go to the lead and maybe lead them on a merry chase.
And we're looking for Andy and Maggie with the 1-2 punch for Saturday's plays.
Thanks a lot, guys. Well, it's Saturday at Aqueduct tomorrow, and that means we have a guaranteed pick 4. $200,000 in a late pick 4, and race number 7 is that second leg. It's a race where a lot of people, and rightly so, are going to focus on the 3 Send It In for Todd Pletcher and the 2 Uncle Si, who goes out first time for Bill Mott. And I have no argument with that. They'll both be on my tickets. But I think they both can be beaten. To me, there's an interesting alternative, and that's the 11, Repent Twice. And I'm going to use this horse in pick 3s, bet him to win, and play him in exactas with the aforementioned favorites. Repent Twice is a horse that might have needed the little rest. Coming off almost a 3-month rest, John Paracella's just started running horses again, had a nice winner here on Thursday's card. And Repent Twice can take advantage of what should be a pretty honest pace in this race. And, you know, Uncle Si may run well, but Bill Mott doesn't have a history of working miracles off trainer switches, and his last race was not good. Send It In's taken a move up in class, and Repent Twice might come rolling in the stretch at a square price and make that pick 4. So for me, it's the 11, Repent Twice, in race 7 on Saturday's card.
Thanks, Andy. As we'll take a look at the Saturday card, which is highlighted by the Long Island Handicap. Looking forward to that. But earlier on the card, on race number 5, is a New York bred maiden special weight for the older boys in here. And we're going a mile on the main track. And one that's making his second start is number 5 in here, Brimstone, who debuted going 6 on the turf. I know. He ran well doing that. Why not put him back on the turf, let him stretch out? He has a Munnings, and I think they're very capable of running on the dirt. I'd written down that he'll handle the turf, but actually might prefer the main track. And 2, he is one good-looking customer, and I really liked him. I thought he ran well, kind of in an awkward position down on the rail. It can be fairly intimidating for a first-timer to be doing their running down on the fence like that. So that's why I'm going with Brimstone, the second-time starter, out of the Michael Matz barn for your Paddock Insider for tomorrow. Guys, back to you.
Just in time from the throw from Maggie to say goodnight. Look at the building lit up. It looks like a full moon outside. South Ozone Park, Queens, and the Mecca have never looked so good as we say so long, and we'll see you tomorrow night right here on MSG Plus.